I have a question for you, Scamily. Have you ever worked with someone who is just so absolutely fucking stupid that you have to break out the old R word? You know what word I'm talking about. The old retard word. Have you ever worked with someone who is so retarded, you just think to yourself, how did you survive long enough to get to this point where I am forced to work the same job as you? I have a new coworker today, and I kind of hope he doesn't stay that way, as in doesn't stay a coworker. This man I met today, I saw him for the first time, and I introduced myself. Seemed like a nice enough guy, but kind of gave me a weird vibe. If there's anything I've learned watching internet crime, murder mystery videos, is that you just have to trust your gut, and if your gut tells you somebody's a fucking weirdo when all you've done is exchange names, you gotta trust your gut. That dude's probably a weirdo. So, I met this dude, and I asked, so is this your first date today? He says, no, I worked last week, and I said, oh cool, you've got a week experience. He says, yep, been here a week now. And then he asks me how to do one of the most basic functions of our job. Now, I am a delivery driver, for those of you who don't know who I am or what I do. And so we have to clock ourselves out on runs. The computer counts how long we're on the road and how long we're in the store, and it's important to do that because that affects our pay. We get paid more when we're in the store, so it's more important to make sure you're not clocked out on the road you're not supposed to be. This man who's worked here a week asked me how to clock himself out. Now, I let it go because, you know what, I've worked with some weirdos before, and sometimes jobs are not as intuitive for everybody, right? So, I helped this man out, and then later on, I talked to him again. And I talked to him after he's giving another coworker of mine some attitude, asking about gate codes. Now, for those of you who've ever gone to a rich friend's house, or even an upper middle class friend's, you may have encountered this thing called a gated community. Now, they're called gated communities because these gated communities have gates which require codes to allow you to enter in order to keep the neighborhood safer. This man had to be explained 3 times what a gate code is. Not what the gate code itself was. More like what a gate code as a concept is. Now, I don't understand how this grown man, who I did ask how old he was, I don't understand how this grown man who lived to be 41 years old has never encountered a gated community in his life. But I perhaps am too judgy. Maybe this man has grown up living in the hood. Now, I don't think he did, because he seems to be pretty well off. In fact, I'm told he runs his own business. I'm not sure what the small business is, but I don't think it's education. So, we got this man clocked out because it was his time to go. And here's the way things work at a pizza place. If you're a delivery driver, you collect money for the store whenever a customer pays for their pizza. Now, if they pay with a card, the tip automatically is just saved to your employee account, right? If they pay with cash, you have to collect that cash, and you have to hang on to that cash until the end of your shift, because that money does not belong to you. The money that belongs to you is the difference between what they gave you and what the store's owed. Here's an example for those of you at home who are not good with math. If a customer's order comes out to exactly $20, and the customer hands me $22 in change and says, keep the change, that means the $22 that he's given me is to be divided. The $20, the total of his order, goes to the store, and the $2 belongs to me because the customer was very generous. This man did not understand the concept of his own money versus store money, because when he was clocked out today, he accused my manager of stealing from him. Now, why would he think my manager was stealing from him? Because he only had $9 in cash and incorrectly assumed that was all of the money that he made for the entirety of his shift. Now, again, customers who pay with card and pre-order online or over the phone, they can leave a tip. And that tip is paid with with credit or with debit. That goes straight to your account. You still get that at the end of the night. But he assumed, because he only had $9 in bills, that that's all he made. and he accused my manager. And my manager, being nice and patient, explained to him the process as exactly as how I've explained to you. This man does not understand, and now he's getting more angry because not only does he think the manager is stealing from him, he does not understand something. And people who do not understand things generally get upset at the idea they don't understand something. So my manager stands up because they were sitting at this point. But now that this man is getting more indignant, he accuses him again of theft and gets in his face. And my manager says, "God, you're dumb," and explains to him for the third time. At this point, he takes his $9 and he goes home, presumably because he still does not understand. And he just wants to leave because he's so mad. I hope he never comes back. Fun fact, this isn't the first time this issue with money has come up. In fact, last week when he started, this man actually, we're given $20 as our bank to make change with for customers. He assumed this $20, he must have assumed it was a gift, because on his run, he stopped and bought gas with it. And he bought $20 worth of gas.